Wait for it. And hello, everyone. We are now live. Welcome, everyone, to the Geek Battle show here on the Extreme Improv Extremes YouTube channel, as well as the Geek Battle YouTube channel. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. Today, we're going to be discussing why Agatha all along should be all along in our memories any moment now. Right, we will also be discussing other things, movies. We are getting deep into Halloween season. There's all kinds of horror films coming out and stuff like this.
None
I'm
of
sure
which I
there's a
care
bunch
about.
of
For the
other.
record.
What's that, Nick?
I don't care about any of the horror films coming up because I don't
Okay,
like horror
good,
films.
good. I'll just shit on whatever you're introducing. Right, it's all good now. Right, and then there's some other stuff. Let's meet tonight's performers in a moment. But this is the end of the era, episode 158 of Geek Battle. The Geek Battle, as it is no more after tonight's show. There will be a new version probably 4.0 if I'm honest, beginning with next week's episode. So this is going to be the last one with these graphics, the last one with these technical issues. We're going to have all kinds of new technical issues next week, and we'll have fun. But we will definitely work out who is this week's Geek of the Week to end this era. But tonight on the show, let's meet them. Oh shit, it's Nick.
Hello, it's the one and only. Oh shit, it's me. Coming from the land of Virginia, I guess. The land of mountain snow and no fucking hurricanes.
Yes,
By the way,
absolutely.
to all my friends and to any fans that we may have in Florida, please tell me, please be safe. And hurricanes suck.
They do,
I've been through
indeed.
many of them in my time when I
Good.
lived in South Florida.
Nick, out of interest, this is good, but did you have a geek fact for us?
Maybe.
Good to know. Good.
No, I don't have one right now.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. So coming over, Capel Fave, say hello to the people. Oh, we can't hear you at all, Cap. We can't hear you at all. Okay, so one. Yes, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Yeah, okay. This thing is good on the phone, but not on the computer. Okay.
This is a great start, guys. Great start.
Crocodiles, it's me, Cap. My geek fact for today is it's not going to be about Dante. This is going to be about the other guy, Darksiders, one of my favorite games, but apparently the series was, it's not going. But we did get a trailer or a teaser video this year, so who knows? Something might happen. In the Darksiders universe, you get to play as the Horseman of the Apocalypse. And you get to play as War, you get to play as Death, and also the only sister Fury. But my favorite is this guy, because he has the baddest of lines, because one time a demon stole his horse, and he went back to get it, and the demon looks at the horseman and says, you look quite small from up here. And then this badass delivers the line, you can look me in the eye when I kill you. And he chops his leg down, and he kills him in the chest. He has the most baddest lines in the whole series, so that's my geek fact and even my recommendation.
Okay, well, point and a half there then. Tim, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. I don't have a geek fact today, but did you know that if I got nothing.
Do you know what, Tim? You have the best audio out of anyone so far, so you get the point. It's all good.
Thank you so much. So
Right.
anyone so far, Dave, you're still up, Dave. So don't
I know.
don't discount yourself.
He's going to use his sexy voice in the microphone now because you said that.
No, I'm definitely not going to do that, Cap.
Actually, Dave, yours is slightly better. Sorry, Tim. No, okay.
Hello to the people. I'm Dave MC here in Paris, France, and my geek fact. So on my YouTube channel, I've just finished recording Resident Evil. I'm happy that I played it, and I found out that it actually was ranked in the Guinness World Records of Gaming. It was ranked having the worst dialogue in gaming.
Not the one you played. Not the one you played.
Are we talking Resident Evil 6, David?
Dave. No. I'm talking about. Oh, everyone's glitching on me already. StreamYard. Right. So, what you're talking about, Dave, is Resident Evil 1 for the PS1, the PlayStation 1, not the remake.
Really?
I can quote all these for you. Yeah. It has the character Barry, who you'll know, says to the character Jill, "Here, take a lockpick. You may need this as the master of unlocking." You know.
Is it
And then
because of
there's a
dubbing?
room. There's a room. Sorry.
Is it because of dubbing issues? Because I know Capcom is in Japanese.
Oh no, I can explain. I can explain it all. So bear with me, right? The second one that's famous again. It's our good friend Barry Burton. There's a room where Jill or Chris. There's a ceiling that when you pick up a shotgun, which is placed on a rack on a wall,
Yeah.
you lift it and it releases a latch, and then the ceiling goes down to crush you. If you play as Jill, Barry rescues you, and he goes, "Whoa, you are almost a Jill sandwich." And it's like this horror film in this place with all these traps and zombies and monsters, and it's just got this really bad English. To give you the story on it, because if you didn't know this, it's fascinating, I would say, whether or not you're a fan of Resident Evil or not. The actors that they had in the original Resident Evil game, the intro cutscene and the end cutscenes are live action with real actors. It's not CGI. You get CGI in a couple of scenes, but it's actual live action actors. When they filmed it in Japan, only one of them could speak Japanese, and they were like American or other English like speaking language country from where they came from, and none of them knew what they were filming. So literally up until this year, it came out in 1996, but it has taken until 2024 for people on the internet to work out all of who the original actors were, get in touch with them, and they've just had a reunion where every time they find a new one, they were like, "I had no idea that I was in this famous video game thing." You know, and it's an amazing story. And so back then, they were given their dialogue, and it's just like, these are the lines, read them. And so where there'd be little conversations about, "Oh, should I say it this way?" Nope, they just read them. Dave?
Just an important question, though. Do I still get the point?
No. Right, of course you do. Yes, right.
Dave did most
It
of
was
the
about
work.
the other game. Yeah.
David, I want to point out one thing.
Go
The
for it.
other two people without points are, well, actually, I'm the one without a point.
Oh, wait, hey,
don't have a
did
point.
you didn't give us a fact, did you?
You didn't.
Tim, you got a point. You got a point. I didn't take it away.
I thought it was taken away.
Don't worry. No, it's not taken away. Guys, you've all got a point. The only one without a point is me. I get it. Right.
No,
Uh-huh.
no, you can take my point. You can take my point. I'm not getting
I
consolation
don't need
points.
it, Tim.
I want to earn my points.
Okay.
That's
good.
the way America do.
No.
But do the points really matter?
Having good audio is definitely worth the points, guys. This is something we're going to do like a mic check before we go live going forward. It's one of the
You
new
should start doing a mic
protocols.
check before.
Who's Mike?
Everyone. Yeah, exactly. Right. Now, guys, let's do some hot takes, and then we'll get on to some fun and games. Dave.
I'd like to stay on the gaming front a little bit because I've just seen, I saw today that they're doing a remaster. Has anyone here played any of the Legacy of Kain series? Or does anyone know of the Legacy of Kain series?
Yes.
So they're doing a remaster of the first two Soul Reaver games. They're not why they haven't done Blood Omen yet. I don't know, but they've done it now, like, because they're remastering a lot of these old games. So yeah, they're redoing Soul Reaver and Soul Reaver 2, and my thoughts to it though is, are they going to pick the series back up again? Are they going to actually finish the story? Because when Defiance came out, it was open ended, but they said they had one in the works, but never came out. They tried to solo a story away from it that never got past the demo. But are they going to pick the story back up again?
Probably not, is my suspicion. What I can add to this a little bit is, I've spoken about it a bunch of times on this. There's a classic, there's a modern console called an Evercade, and you just get little cartridges for it, and they're fully licensed games, but it's like games from yore. And so literally this collection, non-remastered versions have just come out on the Evercade, and then the remastered versions are coming out onto other modern consoles. But I believe, along with Tomb Raider, because today they also announced the remastered Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6, because they earlier in the year they released Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered. These were all owned and developed by Eidos Games, whatever it was called, Core Design. And I believe they were ones that were all picked up and bought by what I believe is known as the Embracer Group, which is some big, evil, sinister company that bought loads. They basically hostile take over loads of properties, as best as I understand it. Don't come after me if I'm wrong about that, Embracer. But they buy up loads of properties. They might even have a stake in the Lord of the Rings film rights at the moment, in fact. And that's the Gastro Nemesis suddenly appeared.
He runs the company.
There you go. But yeah, so I think that there's a good chance that the reason these came out is because, we've got the rights to this, we can re-release something that already exists. If it does well, then we'll get more. If it doesn't, this was just testing the waters.
I mean, from what I've seen on like some of the gameplay footage, especially because if you look at the original Soul Reaver, like PS1 Soul Reaver, you know, it's PS1 graphics. It's not the best. It's very blocky and such. But now it just seems they've added some shaders to it. They've upped the color a little bit in the games. But if they, like I said, this is just from like cursory views. I haven't had a proper in-depth look at what they've done. But I'm excited for that because Legacy of Kain is one of my favorite like classic games, and I got them on Steam as well. Not on the Evercade. I got the originals on Steam. But I still can't find a copy of Blood Omen, which is the first of the series.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, look, I'm just going to quickly tell you this here. Let's see. So Embracer Group. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to bring this up onto the screen just so you get a sense of what these guys done. They've just been buying up stuffs. So list of mergers and acquisitions by Embracer Group has its own Wikipedia page. Over 12,000 people. Look, they bought THQ Nordic and all of their studios. Play On. And
they have Darksiders if they have THQ.
Yeah, well, quite possibly. THQ was all split up into loads of places. But yeah,
Cryptic Studios. There you
go.
So
you'll see all of these this thing. So if one company has got all of these, right, it's just like, well, are they really thinking about doing sequels to some of these games? Or are they just like, hey, we've bought all these things, let's find a way of re-releasing them and see what sticks?
Well, because they've just released...
Yeah,
oh, sorry. I was going to say, because they've just released the Silent Hill 2 remastered as well, all redone. So yeah, I guess they're just remaking games at the moment because nothing.
Oh my god! If anyone remembers Croc: Legend of the Gobbos from Sega Saturn, that's getting a remake too. Everything old. Like I've definitely said this on the show before. Like especially when I think I said it a week or two ago in regards to like The Simpsons. When The Simpsons first came out, I could quote all of the lines from most of the episodes. Because it was like, there's like 5 seasons of this. So that's still like 100 episodes. But it was manageable. You could know everything. But now there's just so much of everything that it's like, well, do you really need to keep making more? Or could you just keep re-showing the same stuff? Because by the time you've watched episode 600, you can go back to episode 1. And that was a long-ass time since you watched it. With video games, it's like, well, this video game from 1997 is actually, it holds up. Re-release it, it's going to be new to so many people, and so they'll just keep doing this cycle forever. Hence why, on the theme of Resident Evil, it's been rumored for a couple of years they might do Resident Evil remake, which will probably be the first time that they've remade a remake. Go on, Kat.
I don't think it's the first time.
Oh, probably not, Tim. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
I think it's mainly because right now video games and social media is the main market. Movies and TV shows, rarely the numbers are going very down for everything. The best thing that people mostly globally, internationally, by everyone use by is video games and social media. And with video games, the thing is that there were a lot of good games with great stories, because story is a big thing in video games now. But they just didn't have the good graphics or good sort of gameplay mechanics. But with now technology, they can like, hey, this is an awesome story. We're dumb. We can't write new good stories. We'll just add the story and put great mechanics on it. And that's how it works. And I'm happy for it. Although, don't push the graphics too much, okay? I can't keep up buying new PCs.
There you go. There you go. Other people had got their hands up. Who had got anything on this? Go on, Nick.
So going back to the Simpsons,
Yes.
do your Simpsons comment. The Simpsons died about 11 years ago when they brought in Armand Tanzarian.
Oh, Nick, I wish it was 11 years ago. I bet that episode is over. I bet that's about 20 years old. Armand Tanzarian. Let's look it up.
Have you seen though? Well, David's looking this up. That Bart has now turned 11.
Actually,
It was part of their finale for this current season that they've done. That Bart has turned 11, and they say, "Oh, it's the finale. It's the end," and it's not. You're going to keep this show going.
Do you know what? They could do another 30 years where Maggie is now a 2-year-old, and they have all different stories because she's 2, Lisa's 9, Bart's 11. But okay, so oh my god. Okay, so The Principal and the Pauper, September 28th, 1997.
Fuck.
Hey!
Should we just retitle this episode to 1997 Geek Battle?
Yeah. Hang on. So, Dave, you kind of bring up a little bit of a preview there. I don't mind saying, because we're so close to it. One of the things with the new formats and that is that there's going to be like theme discussions that we'll touch on within an episode. And one of it will be just that we look at individual years and stuff that came out in those years. So we're jumping the gun. 1997 will be on the list, I'm sure.
I've ruined everything.
You already have the awesomest geeky thing from 1997. Me.
I don't know. I don't think you count this from 1997.
I was a Christmas package.
Wait, so what date were you born?
I was in December. I was born in December.
In December?
Yeah,
Yeah, you definitely don't count as 1997.
I just had this mental, like, you know in those Christmas, you know in those old Christmas movies where you had the family Christmas tree and you had like the puppy in the little Christmas box. That's just Cap with a ribbon on his head. There he is under the tree.
Hey, Cap. Halloween costume this year.
It's going to be a variation of Dracula, because Dracula, guys, I'm just Dracula.
Oh, you took my idea.
Hang on, Cap. Since you mention it, look, I have my fake blood here. I'm going to be dressed as Dracula later tonight. So.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we can be brothers in blood.
We can be brothers. No. Right.
In blood.
Blood Brothers. Yes. Okay. Good musical. But no, I've got an event I'm doing and it's Halloween themed. So I've got I don't know if I can even find the rest of it. It might be down here somewhere. But I've got like a cape. I've got all sorts. I don't have fangs because it's really hard to speak with fangs on. But yeah, I'll be full Count Dracula later.
Will it be like a take on the Boris Karloff film, but you'll be up the top of the stairs going, "I am Dracula," and because the state of your back right now is saying, "Oh, just let me get into the stair lift." Just Dracula down the stair lift.
Did Boris Karloff play Dracula? I think he played Frankenstein monster.
Bela Lugosi. I get them confused. I had a whole film about these classic movie monsters, and I watched it so much, and I still keep getting them mixed up.
What was the film?
It was Dracula, and I was thinking Dracula, where he's at the top of the stairs.
Yeah. Okay,
And where he's standing ready for "I'm Dracula," and just because of the state of your back, I was saying, "Oh, you get on the stair lift." And you just go, "I'm coming, Renfield. Just give me a minute." It only goes 2 miles an hour.
Okay, Cap.
Speaking of, like, Dave mentioned Dracula, right? Recently I saw the film Trick or Treat, which is a 2000 film about classic Halloween monsters along with the Halloween spirit and stuff, which is a lot of fun and has a cult following. Why haven't they done classic monster films recently? Good ones, I mean, not the cheap horror ones like Demeter and stuff like that.
They tried with the Dark Universe, right? and it just didn't take off.
Yeah, but they weren't technically horror films. They were more like, it was Dracula Untold, and they were the Dark Avengers with the Dracula and like these monsters, and Nick Fury was Russell Crowe. So
that was Universal. They're the ones that, even though these characters are public domain, they're the ones that are like the main ones known for these films. And when they tried that and the experiment didn't work, it's gone dormant again. So anyone else could do it, but
at that point you have to ask, what can you do with it now that hasn't been done already? Because we've had a lot of Dracula stories, we had a lot of Frankenstein and werewolves and invisible people. We've had all of those, but what can they do now with horror films that they haven't done already? Because everything is all generic. Everything is generic at this point.
Put Dracula in a spaceship.
Guys, right.
They did that with Jason.
Yeah. Werewolves in space. Imagine, oh my god, they should be a werewolf thing. We're going back to the moon. And they land on it. It's one small step. Uh-oh. There's a story I haven't told you guys. And he starts to transform, and there's a werewolf on the moon.
Yeah, but the whole thing with the werewolf transformation is you rip off the clothes, right? So if you're wearing a spacesuit, the skull of the werewolf is going to go there, cracked glass, rip thing.
Did you say silver bullet? Did you say silver bullet?
No, I didn't say silver bullet because have you fired a gun on the moon? The bullet will either go like this, or it'll go like this.
Exactly. So it means he doesn't even need to breathe on the moon. They can't shoot him. They would be powerless. I'm making this film.
Yeah, but the werewolf would be killed. The spacesuit would rip, and there'd be holes in it, and his head would explode.
Okay, Tim, do you want to be the werewolf or the lead astronaut? We've got to cast this thing. Dave's out.
May I be the werewolf?
Yes. Okay, Nick, werewolf's gone. Who would you like to be?
Can I be Tim's alter ego, Jim?
I like it. So he's got this whole sort of split personality thing going on.
Exactly.
So Nick, just like in real life, you'll be this apparition that only Tim can see.
What? Nobody else can see me?
Cap, you're going to play Count Dracula. We'll figure out the logic of how you fit into this. Dave, you can still get on board this ship with us.
No one can see me? What the hell?
Is it because I'm too pessimistic about the idea?
Yes.
What?
Well, I would say monster movies, like, even with the old monster movies, right, Dave? Like, most people don't watch the old movies. Don't even know, like, the original book of Dracula. The recent thing they only know is the Gary Oldman film. And that wasn't even a good adaptation of the book. It's okay. What I'm trying to say is that
you're wrong. Second of all,
it has Keanu Reeves doing a British accent, okay? I like Keanu Reeves, I'm not going to forget that one.
All I have to say about Keanu Reeves is Point Break 1992.
That's the only Keanu Reeves thing you like?
In my life.
Wait, Nick, are you saying you don't like any Keanu Reeves movie?
No, I don't like Point Break. I love everything else he's done.
What? Point Break's amazing.
I'll tell you what, Nick. I haven't seen the film, so I'll go and watch it, and then I'll see if I agree with you.
You'll agree with me on how terrible it is, and then you'll be mad at me for watching it.
Isn't that Val Kilmer as well in Point Break?
No, it's Patrick Swayze.
What am I thinking of?
And
Heat.
Maybe.
What else is in Point Break?
Val Kilmer plays a gangster in Heat, and they rob a bank.
Also, guys, speaking of like classical monsters and things, right? The Lovecraftian horror stuff. I know there was a series recently, which was pretty good as well. So there are great ideas you can follow up on, and like other than seeing another ghost, another demon, it's a guy with a big knife. Bring back the classic monsters. They're much more fun.
Okay, so guys, I've spoke about this on the show recently. I would say it's not even necessarily scary like jump scare, but horror definitely is back if you ever see the film The Substance. I saw that film a few weeks ago and it is awesome.
I have to see it.
Oh my god.
Substance.
The Substance. Like, like I might have discussed it a couple of weeks ago. I can't even really remember. The
Yes,
trailer does it zero justice. The trailer, I would have never have gone to see it, but I saw it as one of these mystery ticket films, right? And I had no idea what I was getting into going in there, and it was just the most unbelievable film. Like, I couldn't
Yes,
believe
it's doing
what
well,
they did with it.
because it has not come to DVD yet, so I'm thinking it's doing well.
Oh yeah. Like, it's only just come out, so but yeah. So The Substance is an awesome film.
I've been looking out for that one since you gave us your introduction to it, so I've been looking forward to that one.
Hang on, Cap. So Tim, you got to bounce.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got an appointment. Thank you so much for this, and David, I'm looking forward to the new format next whenever.
Yes, absolutely. Take care, Tim. See you soon.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Later,
Tim.
Tim. Do I get his geek points?
Yes, you can. Now, Cap, what were you saying?
I've actually been looking forward to that film. I think the trailer is not that bad. It
What,
doesn't
The
give you an
Substance?
idea. Yeah, no, the film you said, Substance, yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you the idea that all that you just said when you gave the explanation about the film, but the trailer wasn't that bad, actually.
The trailer, I wasn't going to go see it at all. Like, the trailer was only a little bit away from Barbie for me. It was just like, oh, glamour model sort of thing. I was like, what is this? Like, and so when I sat there and that's
I'll
what
be right
came up
back.
on the screen, I was like, oh no, gosh, shit, we're dropping like flies here. Right.
Well, on that one, no, I'm joking.
Yeah. Dave, you can have Nick's points.
Yay!
Why him?
Well, it was just going around in the circle, Cap.
Because my name is David.
That's true. That's true.
True.
Okay, so guys, what other hot takes and stuff do we have?
Lord of the Rings, I hope it stays dead, but it's coming for another season. I
You mean about Rings of Power?
Yeah.
Oh, the less we know about that, the better.
Do you know? Well, let's discuss it, guys.
Go on, then. Go on.
I have actually finished watching like both seasons of it, and one of the things that I've really gone quite deep into Lord of the Rings in the last couple of weeks with this all, just because I've been going back to the books and trying to work out how far off everything is, and like it's so everything is so wrong. So if you haven't seen it, this is only a minor spoiler, but like the whole first season had got this weird love story going on between Galadriel and Halbrand. And you know who Halbrand is, right? Am I cool to give the spoilers? So
You are more than fucking welcome.
Yeah. Halbrand
David,
turns out
any 2-year-old will figure out who Halbrand is because of all
exactly.
that. All
The
of this
Halbrand-
scary.
Halbrand turns out to be Sauron, and so Galadriel has been in love with her mortal enemy, sort of thing. Season
Galadriel has been in love with you, David?
absolutely right. So, season 2
Looks
towards the end,
terrible.
season 2 towards the end, literally has Elrond kiss Galadriel, and I'm like, wait a minute, and I went back to my history.
Wait,
Elrond
is the
marries. Yeah, hang on. Elrond marries the daughter of Galadriel in Tolkien's history,
Yep.
and so they're not meant to be anywhere close in age. And it's like, so you're amalgamating Galadriel with who her daughter will be. So you're probably not planning to introduce that as a character, and so everything's messed up because Elrond is the father of Arwen.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Dev, right? But it's just like they
Wake
have
up call work.
so for the idea that they could keep making this, because look, they could make another like year to show how all of the rings of power are created, and you could push that to like a season 4 to show then the war where Isildur gets the ring from Sauron, and so you could stretch that whole story out over 4 years, and at that point they could then say, well, we've got the rights, we're going to make our version of The Hobbit. They could do that. However, they've painted themselves into a corner if they're suddenly saying that Arwen is going to be the daughter of Elrond and Galadriel.
Galadriel?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've broken like canon. Like, and the other one, if you didn't know, the stranger they
fuck
finally
that.
reveal is Gandalf.
Gandalf was not in Middle Earth when Sauron was active.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why he's been running in the desert, doing some things.
Yeah.
Gandalf.
Hang on,
Bye, Nick.
we've gained a Dev, but we're losing a Nick. Everyone is dropping like flies, but we are gaining some back. So,
So that means we need to change it to oh shit, it's Dev.
hang on.
I'll take it.
Cap, you now get Nick's points.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
I said it'll go around.
Okay.
Dev, how are you doing?
I'm getting casual cup.
My
Okay,
wake
so-
up call worked.
I was literally summoned, so
Yeah, but no, Gandalf didn't arrive until Sauron was defeated. And this was after the rings were created. All the 5 wizards were sent to Middle Earth after Sauron's first defeat by Isildur. Because what's it called? The region beyond Middle Earth. They sent the 5
Undying
wizards.
Lands.
The Undying Lands. They sent the wizards there to deal with Sauron. The only like, why would you put Gandalf there? He's not there.
The
You know
reason
the
they've
funniest-
done it. Go on,
You know the
Cap.
funniest thing about this? It only. So here's the thing: when The Rings of Power came out, right? It didn't even have the tagline "Lord of the Rings." It didn't. It just had Rings
Did it
of
not?
Power.
Okay.
It did not. Okay, it just had Rings of Power. It was, bombed really bad. Right now, if you look at the streams, they go Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. They desperately want the IP, but they're basically doing their own thing with characters' names that they don't even care about. Why not just do another fantasy show, guys? Go crazy, go wild.
see,
This IP,
okay.
I would say this IP is not giving you marketing. This is actually making your product even worse because you're not connected at all.
Cap, and on that, I need to go on a massive rant, because that is my specialist pet peeve.
Go on, Dev.
Okay, so these people, get these IPs, fight for these IPs, fight for the right to make these IPs, thinking, oh, I can make this IP better than it was, better than the creator. So I'm going to take this and make my own thing. Because my idea by itself wouldn't have any credibility, but with this IP, I'll get views.
Cough the acolyte, cough.
Yeah, cough the Acolyte, cough the new Harry Potter, cough Halo.
Yes, Cough the Witcher! Cough the Witcher!
But going on what you were saying, David, like with Rings of Power, they could have had a really great thing. Like you had the first war with Sauron where he was defeated, and have Rings of Power be right. This is my scheme. When they said, "Oh, Sauron's arriving back in Middle Earth," fine. Have him, don't have him revealed. Like, have him appear as he did, which was the Lord of Gifts. He learned from Celebrimbor how to make the rings.
Yeah.
Oh, he taught. Celebrimbor taught him that, and then he built the ring, the One Ring in secret.
Yes.
And then have at the end of season 2, it's revealed. Oh shit! What have we done? What have I done?
Oh shit! It's Nick.
Nick is Sauron. Nick is Sauron.
You know what? That would have been better than the actual show.
Okay, but so here's the thing. Here's the thing. They've muddled up the order of the rings being made as well. The idea is that the Elven rings were like non-corrupted, which I think they kind of said is true. But they literally show that Sauron takes the mithril in his hand, and he's just sort of hesitating as if it's like, oh, what's he doing? Something mystical to it. And he puts it in. So it's like they're under manipulation. The dwarf rings are then made under manipulation. And there's just so much which is so far out that they literally, if they wanted to really do a good show, if they wanted to tell the story of Sauron, they should have gone back even further. Well, if they don't have the Silmarillion, then don't have the Silmarillion. But so fair enough. But the idea of Halbrand doesn't exist. If they had just introduced the character, as you say, the Lord of Gifts, Anatar, and he's coming in, then it would have stuck to canon. When they have the problem they've got. Well, guys, give me 30 seconds here. I can see everyone's chomping at the bit. Give me 30 seconds, right? So they have the rights to The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and so everything that they're doing here is just based on the appendices, and the appendices tell the same story that you find out fleshed out in the Silmarillion and Unfinished Tales, and the story that they've got, it's like, if this is the full story, these fingers, but the appendices only include, say, these gaps, and there are these gaps that they don't have, then these facts should stay 100% true, and then they should just bridge the gaps with their own narrative that suddenly would still make sense.
Yeah.
Because if they're not allowed to literally tell the story as it's told in something they don't have the rights to, keep what you do have the rights to the same as what you bought. Right, go on and Cap, then Dave.
Exactly what you said was done in the game, the Shadow of Mordor game. Basically, they took one concept, okay, one simple concept. They took Calabrimbo and say, hey, what if there was like a huge, because like in the story-wise goes, right? Sauron learns how to make the rings, and then he butchers Calabrimbo, and he's like hung on a pole as like a warning. So they thought, oh, okay, this character did not have that much story in the original. Maybe we can create a rivalry. In the games, what they did is that Calabrimbo was betrayed by Sauron and it was murdered brutally. But instead of dying, he became a wraith. And he was like running around in the Mordor, like planning to kill Sauron for some reason. And there goes a ranger called Talion. His ghost gets bonded to him. Hey, you have a copy of Aragon, but much better with cool ghost powers, and you get to be this entity.
Let me just quickly say, so what I don't like is, like, I feel that even though they did that in the game, to me that's the same as what Rings of Power have done, because with Halbrand, there was the whole thing of, oh, you are from the Southlands, you must be the king. They do have a king, and it's literally they copied Aragorn. It's like they've already done this.
David, this new guy is not royalty. He's just a ranger from the Black Cave who got brutally murdered by Sauron's thugs. Okay? He has nothing to do with it. He just wants to die, in a sense. He's not important. He's just known as a wraith that haunts Mordor. He doesn't even come out to Gondor or stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's a possessed ghost that runs around killing orcs. That was the simplest concept that they had. But it worked really well because, like, they didn't mess with any of their actual stories. You know, they closed the story. They made Calabrimbo finally face Sauron, and again, Sauron is the big badass, so he absorbed him. That's how they ended the story. Like, and Talion, the guy who's like possessed by Calabrimbo, now after the body, he had to keep the fighting. He became a ring wraith. Became one of the Nazguls, and they only found keys after the Mordor, the Lord of the Rings movies.
What game is this, Shadow of Mordor?
That was Shadow of War, the sequel, when he became a ring wraith.
Yeah, he becomes a ring wraith. Although his whole betrayal.
That was a whole.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It would have been great though. It would have been great tragedy, but instead they made him die by some chick with an elf, and I was like, no. That was the only thing I didn't like. But again, by story-wise, it's so good. And again, it was a very simple concept. They did not go beyond anything. They just like, we'll keep Mordor, we'll keep Calabrimbo, and this new guy, he goes around haunting orcs. Good story. I still love it. They dropped bits of lore on, like, when you find carvings, you get Gollum. He appears because, like, he's a ring wraith and he's attracted to ring wraiths for some reason. They're just fun cameos, and they just left out the other stuff.
Wait, you get Gollum? At the same time as Calabrimbo?
Yes.
Yeah, but the Calabrimbo is dead, he's
so,
like a ghost.
In time-wise context, it takes place after Sauron's defeat in Mordor. So the ring is out in the Anduil River. It's out there.
But you wouldn't have Gollum for so long.
Oh no, maybe I'm wrong with the time period, because like, it's set.
The idea is that after Isildur loses the ring, it's then sort of forgotten about, comes to legend until it's found by.
My mistake. It actually it takes place after when the ring is in the Shire or the ring is with Bilbo, because Gollum is in Mordor looking for the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, because like this is where the fall of Minas Tirith, or I can't pronounce any of the words, but like that.
Minas
happens,
Morgul.
so, yeah, that timeline. Go, Dave.
I was going to say, I'll go on David's point where he was talking about the time on Rings of Power, is that they're saying about the corruption and that. So the rings were corrupted. It's just that elves were not. They were more difficult to corrupt. Dwarves were. Yeah, dwarves were somewhat more difficult because their minds were only fixated on gold, and it did kind of work with was it Thrain or Thror? Thror, the king of Erebor, in his dragon sickness. But the men's hearts were easily corruptible. That's how it all worked. But having said, "Oh, Sauron, he didn't do it. He was doing a terrible job at it." Said, well, he did. He knew what he was doing, but he just couldn't corrupt everyone as easily as he could with men.
But guys, instead of having this kind of a huge thing, what if like Amazon did the Adventures of Legolas or the Adventures of Aragorn before the movies took place?
They did a game about that. It was the Adventures of Aragorn. They did a game about it. There was a game where Aragorn was the protagonist, and we have to. He was before. You see Gandalf in the beginning, and he tells Aragorn, "Right, there's these hobbits arriving, but first I want you to go and do this."
You go on, Deb.
So I know a way to print money. The internet.
Deb, don't say this on the stream. Don't say it on the stream. Talk to us after.
No. No, this one's kind of legal.
Okay.
Okay.
You basically make a show about elves, and then you include a subplot of how some of the originals were corrupted into orcs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But now orcs have families. They're their own thing now.
Yeah. And then you have the subplot of like an elf remembers who an orc used to be and tries to rehabilitate him. It's like, I don't care if you're corrupted, I will still look after you. You're still part of this family. And like the inter machinations of racism within the elf community after the orcs reintegrate the society.
I think there are certain things where you have to absolutely just turn a blindness to it for some of these things in film and geek stuff to work. So
yeah,
how the classic example is, well, how come the Incredibles Hulk's pants grow as well with him? It's like, because it needs to, right? And it's like, and if you start saying, well, where do baby orcs come from? Then suddenly you start imagining that there's a mother orc and she's nursing it, breastfeeding, and it's like all of a sudden you could view these not just as these dangerous creatures anymore. And it's like sometimes things just have to be simple without you questioning it.
No, yes. Dave, I think you can do that because World of Warcraft did that. But they were still, you can still use them as enemies.
When you play World of Warcraft, you have that scene where you have to like mash the buttons as the baby's breastfeeding from the mother.
No, it's kind of like a GTA 5 scenario, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, you can do those stories. I don't think you can. Again, the more you limit yourself, it's more harder for you to make good stories out of. Like, if you want to create corrupted orcs that can come back, you can say, hey, they're still the people who are trying to kill you, right? You don't have to feel bad about where this mama orc came from. She's trying to bite your neck off. So that's
because Cap and I had a discussion. This was a few months ago. We had a discussion on what makes good villains, and I don't think we covered this, Cap, when we said it. But I think what they need to stop doing with the creatures like orcs and creatures of evil and that, don't humanize them. Don't give like you said, David, make things evil for the sake of being evil. Like the storm, like you don't need to know about stormtroopers in Star Wars, and yet I still cheer when they get shot. It's like yay!
Although Dave, when we first got the sequel trailer, when we see Poe or I forgot Finn, when he just removes the helmet, we all went, oh shit, it's going to be about the
You went,
storm.
oh shit, it's Nick.
Let me please edit a trailer together with Nick
Yeah, I was
as
thinking the same
that.
thing.
Let me do
Every
it.
reveal is Nick.
Please let me do it.
Go ahead.
Nobody
About
tell it, but
to-
I will go and do that.
Yeah.
Because like I think there is a good room for good storytelling in that, but what I'm saying is I'm perfectly fine with making imaginary creatures so you can beat up. That's just fun. You get random enemies on games. You have to mow down them because like, otherwise you can't have a fun game. What I'm saying is like you can have those stories, but you have to really do them well and also bring them on in games. I'm gonna bring up Shadow of Mordor again. You get an orc ally called Radgag, okay? He's an orc. He doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to be warboss, okay? That's what he wants. He's only helping you because he wants to be a warboss. Yes, he's very friendly. He calls you flesh bag. It's fun. It works. Go with that.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say, Dev, you I believe had something to add to
Yeah.
this.
So the reason they always humanize villains because Disney has this thing of like it worked once, let's do it again. It's not until it stops working.
Yeah.
Because Loki.
Well, not because of Loki. Even they were doing it with what was the Disney one?
Cruella.
Maleficent, but
Maleficent.
okay, so
Cruella.
compare.
Maleficent.
Maleficent, whatever.
Yeah, but still, though,
Magnificent.
compare that. Compare Maleficent. Compare Cruella to Loki.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: when they did live action remakes, one of the successful ones still made the guy bad guy, but kind of okay bad guy. Shere Khan. He was the bad guy, but like he had a very good reason for it because like men kills him with fire, and he's a tiger. It's like fuck, he's in the jungle, he's gonna kill us. He has a very sympathetic good reason, but he was still the bad guy.
I mean, you think of like the two General Zods. The first one is literally kneel before Zod, and that's all he wants. He just wants to dominate. The second one is like, you know, he kills people, and he's like, I am trying to stop them because they let my world into destruction. I am trying to save it. And it's like, oh, he has a point. And then Thanos is like, Titan was destroyed because there was too many people. Now there will be no hungry bellies. Click. Right, go on, Dev.
Yeah, speaking of Thanos, I'm glad you brought him up because in the movies he's a good guy. In the comic, he's like, I just want to get laid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just to get laid.
It is. It literally is that.
That isn't just a good guy, it's just a guy. You know?
Yeah, it's like I just want to get laid. And fun fact, he's the reason Deadpool's unkillable because
Yeah.
he's jealous and he doesn't want Death to like date Deadpool when he's dead, so he made him immortal.
Wow.
Yeah. But like even in that, guys, right? There's the fun villain that we forgot, Dark Knight Joker. He's an irredeemable villain, but we like him because he's interesting. You can do good villains without making them sympathetic. Just make them interesting.
Oh, we won't get on to Joker 2 for the moment then. Dev.
Oh, I was gonna do a slight spoiler joke about why he's redeemable.
Yeah,
He
go
kills
for it.
off a Fleck.
Oh, careful, we're getting
What?
into spoiler territory. Right, okay.
Yeah,
So
but that's not.
I
that's
missed
not
that.
Logic Joker.
No,
That's
no,
not-
It's good that you missed it. It's good that you missed it.
It's okay. that you
Oh,
missed
okay.
Yeah.
Well, good that I missed Joker or good that I missed the joke?
Yes.
it. Both. Right. Best thing that you missed at Joker 2, right? If it's amazing how much that's bombed. Like, it's a weird thing with Joker 2. I think the hate it's getting is slightly unjustified at the level.
It has become Morbius.
I didn't think it was a-
Morbius.
No, it was a better movie than Morbius, in my opinion. I thought it was
Oh.
better acted, better edited. The songs are pointless, and the story choices are a bit baffling. But I didn't think it was the worst thing to getting the hate it is getting. Dev.
Okay, so I'm hearing a rumor that the director made it bad on purpose because he
Why
hates
would
James
you
Gunn.
do that? Why?
He hates James Gunn.
He hates James Gunn.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
I
We can
hate
get
There
James
are
Gunn.
easier ways to do this.
So he bombed the movie on purpose. He made it musical and like denied it was a musical for the entire thing.
Well, do you
and
know,
made
I
it
heard that Joaquin Phoenix actually had a dream that Joker 2 would be a musical, and that's what they went with.
What is this thing that everyone's having of like, I dreamed about this scene happening in that, but I wanted to put the unicorns in and the sausage rolls, but
Yeah.
no, they just wouldn't let the
You
studio
can
wouldn't
believe,
have it.
right? You can believe that Joaquin Phoenix, though, he's this weird guy, that he would be like,
To be fair, he was in a cult.
well,
Yeah.
I'm sure he was. What's the story on that? Was it?
Okay,
Is it
so his
is
family
this
was in a
because,
cult.
like, his brother was named like River and his sister's called like Rainbow and shit
No,
like
no, no.
this?
His entire family was in a cult, and like when he grew up, he left.
Is that how the brother bear came about? He dreamed about turning into a bear.
Wow.
Possibly.
Brother Bear is such
You
a
see what I
good
did there?
movie.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
It's like the guy from Deadpool. Sorry, Winter Soldier. Even.
Okay, so what else we got to discuss, guys? What have we seen about? What have we got on our minds? What's this? Go on, Dev.
Well, the new Dragon Ball came out today. Both the game and the series came out today.
Oh.
And it's the most. Okay, so it's the original writer's final show, where before he passed away, where they all get turned into kids because of a new villain, and they have to basically try and like regain their age and stuff.
Didn't
But,
they do that already in GT?
Yeah, they did. But because GT was really badly lauded, they want to redo it in a good way.
Okay, and is this something you've? Is it? What is this? Is it serious? What is it? Have you seen
It's a
it?
series. Yeah, it's a series. It's a final series of the from the original writer. That's why
Okay,
it's
so
important.
have you seen it, or have you seen an episode?
I've seen trailers and stuff. And
Oh, okay,
like it comes out today, so I'm gonna go check it out today.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also,
I might check it out. I don't know. It's Sparking Zero is the new game, isn't it?
Sparking is a new game, and
Yeah.
it's the highest rated Dragon Ball Z game in history. It's got 9 across the board.
I have a couple of Dragon Ball Z games, but it's never been one of it's kind of a tiny bit after my era to have really got involved in that one. I got a Cap.
This is not going to be about Dragon Balls. This is going to be about a game that came out probably 5 or 10 years ago. Mass Effect. I finished Mass Effect 2, and now I'm on Mass Effect 3. And better
Sorry,
graphics.
I'm
though,
so
better
sorry.
graphics and better hair. I mean, like, you can actually see the hair and also better outfit on the ship. There were some mods to make him Leon, though, although the game version that I got was such old, the modding is very difficult to do. But it is available now. We can do Leon's hair on it if you had the Legendary Edition. I have to say, with Mass Effect, story-wise, I love it. It's so good. Story-wise, it's so good. Leon's hair, yes, really.
Fucking hell.
Leon's hair. And this game really wants you to bang an alien, which I've avoided so far. Okay, I've done
Okay.
really good. Yeah?
Yeah, I know. You messaged me about it.
Yeah. This game wants you to bang an alien, but in Mass Effect 2 they give you a good girl, so it's a human girl, so your choices are good. But the one thing is bugging me is that like they keep changing the crew, and it bugs me because like I keep liking these characters, and boom, they're gone the next game. Oh, you can go get some of them, but you can't get all of them. Ah, come on, guys! I love these guys. Keep them back.
Have you properly started Mass Effect 3 yet?
I've gotten Garrus back, and also the blue, what's her name, the doctor back. But like Morden is gone, Miranda is not in the ship. Recently saw Jack, and she has blossomed. And in the first one, the second one. But like I actually did read that Miranda and other characters are going to be a part of your ship. Dr. Kelly is not in the ship, so. I like the old characters. Make me at least choose my own squad mates. This can't really happen because the game has ended now, but I wanted that.
I think what I'll say for the story of Mass Effect 3 is it's a very mixed bag. Like, the first two stories are somewhat connected, but it's how they end. It's kind of like when they did, I think it was Halo 5, like one of the later Halos, when they just sort of like crammed a story together and said, there's a Halo game, go. But I personally think Mass Effect 3's story is a lot weaker than, say, the first one and the second one. But that's just my opinion.
So far, right, I'm still in the beginning, so like I can't give you a full review right now. But
Yeah.
the start of the urgency, I kind of liked it, where you get like, I've been telling you all about the Reapers. Now you see it, though. And they do give you a good enough sad on it, but I feel like it could be you can do another game before the whole Reapers came. I just felt like that.
I don't know Mass Effect personally. Like, I know
You don't know
that.
anything that happened in the 2000s.
No, right. I kind of skipped this whole thing, but no, like I know that the third one, like people weren't satisfied because this is the one where you have like branching stories and it's all going to build to something, and then I know that people were disappointed with what the
Andromeda.
well, with whatever the third one or whatever came next, that things didn't really pay off in the way that people were hoping. They
So
thought it was
what
going to be a
happened
little
to
more.
BioWare? Is BioWare still active? Are they still doing Mass Effect games? Or
BioWare is still active, as far as I'm aware, because Star Wars The Old Republic, a game I'm still playing at the moment, they're still making stuff for that.
Okay. So they're still around. I thought maybe like the third game and Andromeda was a giant failure. Maybe they went to THQ side, or they just disappeared. Because like you don't hear Mass Effect news anymore.
No.
I know the Legendary Edition came out. That was only the big news. Other than that, it's super old.
Yeah, it's interesting just in terms that there's so many games that have been like really huge, and it feels like they reach a point where it's like, oh, that's the end of the trilogy or something like that, and then they just stop, and when they stop, they really go away. Like, I guess like Uncharted was this massive thing, and when was the last Uncharted game? It's like it was many years ago, and
Yeah.
like I think especially with like PlayStation stuff, like because they have got all of these big story driven stuff. What else they had? Like I've mentioned a bunch of times on the show, Resistance, Killzone. I'm trying to think. God of War. Obviously, God of War has come back as a sort of different version.
Assassin's Creed.
Reimagining.
I'd say Assassin's Creed.
Isn't there a new Assassin's Creed?
Pardon?
Sad.
There's a new Assassin's Creed, isn't there?
Yeah.
Isn't that last year?
No, there's one. I think it was last year. Mirage was last year, and then they're coming out with another one that's set in Japan. I think
That thing's a mess.
that thing is not going to get made.
No,
No,
because
it's not gonna get made.
No one's. It's not going to break even. I think.
Okay.
So do you know why?
I think
Is it because it's shit?
Okay, it's shit, and they're using the Legend of Yasuke to like justify using a African American as a samurai instead of a Japanese person. But then it turns out the Legend of Yasuke was fan fiction made up 20 years ago.
Oh,
Like,
so is that not had a good reception? I'm guessing.
yeah, no.
Wait.
Well, because Assassin's Creed.
Wait, there is a real historical event about a
No.
black samurai.
It was made up. And like someone made an elaborate fan fiction and made everyone believe it for like 20 years.
Well,
Wow.
that's like Assassin's Creed takes some creative liberties with its storytelling, but to take a fan fiction and
time travel thing.
yes, but to do that's just insanity.
Yeah.
But with Assassin's Creed, bro, like I've not enjoyed an Assassin's Creed game since Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I did play Unity, which is kind of like Syndicate was shit. I hated it. Then the other games, they were not Assassin's Creed anymore.
No.
But I did hear Bayek was a very good protagonist. But when I looked at the trailer, like even the fighting and everything, it changed. Like it's not Assassin's Creed for anymore. That's why like I step away and we got Assassin's Creed 300, Assassin's Creed Vikings.
with that one with Odyssey, I enjoy it as if it didn't have Assassin's Creed on the name, I would enjoy it, but it does. and I struggle to, especially with Odyssey, I struggle to see the connection to the Assassin's Creed world. You know, it's almost like it's shoehorned in. You know, it's like, oh, we've had the Battle of Leonidas, and we've had, and but here's the first secret society. Here's the first, Alexios and Cassandra. They're the first assassins. No, they're not.
Okay, so in terms of the main series, the years they've come out, they've been most every couple of years. So Assassin's Creed 1 was 2007, 2 was 2009, then 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, it skipped a year to 17, then 18, then 20, then 23. So this has been one that they've kept fairly consistent.
No, Dave, because
obviously...
But I'm telling you, the reason why it doesn't feel consistent is like it's one of the again, it's a 2000s thing. It captured it was like this big thing, Assassin's Creed, when it came out, and it kept going for the 4 games where everyone's minds were blown as one each came out.
So how do you keep something like this fresh? That's the problem.
You can't. Assassin's Creed is one of those games where it's got a formula. Like from the first one until maybe. I would say kind of the third one. It's got that formula of you stealth aspect, the whole stealth aspect. In 4, in Black Flag, you're at sea, and then and the assassin aspect is lost from like Black Flag onwards. It's kind of lost what it has, and when they try to adapt a new formula to make it action orientated or make it stealthy and action, they're trying to do. To turn Assassin's Creed into a game that it's not.
And also the story sucks. The story and the character sucks after Black Flag. They always have very strong leads.
Bear with. So Dev, I'll come to you and then I have a question to pose to you guys. Go on. Dev.
Okay, so what Assassin's Creed was doing right was they adapted the Doctor Who formula of every game follows a different person. However, here's the issue with stealth games, right? Right now, Dave, you have to understand the new generation of gamers are because of TikTok and stuff like that are ADHD as fuck. None of the gamers have patience for stealth. That's why they had to adapt and change it over to action.
Yeah, but good action. Give me good action. The action sucks. I love action games.
I think that's a fair point. I've said something similar, a few weeks back when we discussed about Resident Evils. It's like the first one is what they'd call survival horror, and the second one becomes more action, and the third one goes really action, and then there's something like, oh well, let's dial it back to be more horror, and so then Resident Evil 4 was very action but horror, but then with 5 it was. Well, let's get rid of the horror and have all action. Then 6 was absolutely action. And then when they get to 7, it's like, well, let's go back to the horror. And it's like, all of these things, they're just
even in 6, you get horror stuff. You get, the spider chick.
Horror stuff, not horror.
Yeah, horror stuff. Matt, you should put that on the poster. Contains horror stuff.
I've just found the tag for when I play Resi 6.
Doctor Strange was scarier than... Doctor Strange 2 was scarier than Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, but even with that stuff, Dev, when you said they're trying to appeal to the new audience, right? See the successful games that come out. Red Dead Redemption had a very long story where you just can't go, oh, who's the rabbit, who's the fight, who's the next guy? They didn't give any shit.
Yeah, but kids aren't playing that. Adults are. It's an adult game. Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed is a kid's game.
It's still PG-13. They don't have sex in it, so it's still PG-13.
No, but the target audience is adults, not kids. I don't see kids playing Red Dead Redemption.
You haven't been online.
I have. They're all on GTA.
That's why I'm on my own server, Dev.
They're all on GTA. No, Red Dead is safe. They're all on GTA.
They are all on GTA.
Also take GTA, right? GTA is also a very story-driven game. It does have your ADHD where you can do it.
The online mode everyone is on is completely ADHD.
Oh, you mean the multiplayer? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
nobody plays the story. Look up the stats for the trophies, nobody actually plays the story.
I still think it's a bit hard to say no to story games because like if you go to like even selling games that have sold a lot of things, maybe mobile games, you're right on that one.
Yeah.
But other than that,
To be
like
fair, Cap, you were lucky. You were on the cusp of like before the, like you're on the cusp just before the TikTok generation. Like the TikTok generation right now, their attention span is like a squirrel on Red Bull.
Yeah.
I will say this though, and David, I don't know if you would agree with me on this. Is I was listening to maybe you all agree on this, but I was watching somebody talk. So it was a quick video about how was people from like the 90s and that have experienced the best time of gaming because we've had the almost the, I'd say privilege but not privilege of watching gaming evolve, like seeing everything change. Whereas nowadays, you know, people will see, oh, there's Baldur's Gate 3, here's the newest Assassin's Creed, here's the new Call of Duty, look at these amazing graphics, look at how fast our PCs can run. But we had that sort of time period of seeing, you know, your console, you plug it into the wall, you're trying to put the SCART leads in and choose the channel where it works, and watching games go from little pixels to what they are now. So I think we've had the best sort of time with gaming. If you're looking from not stories perspective, but actual gaming.
Do you know what? I would somewhat agree with you because just going from pixels, like you say, to like 3D graphics, no one will experience like from the new generation that sense of, oh my god, the difference of these characters moving in 3D. Like I guess when suddenly you could have VR, that was a thing. However, that being said, guys, I'm sure you've seen about it in the news as well. I think this is the next evolution in video games where it becomes the real world because we've got honest to god robots now. Have you seen about this shit?
Yes, I saw this. I spoke about it because that whole robot taxi thing. I said I do not trust it. I do not trust a robot taxi.
Johnny Cab from Total Recall. These things are literally the robots from iRobot with Will Smith. Have you guys seen it? Yeah, Cab, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are unbelievable. They look similar. They're called Optimus, right? Which, you know, you gotta love. And they say they cost $20,000 to $30,000, right?
Wow!
This is crazy. But look, that's
No one will buy it.
$20,000. But hang on, you think no. People are going to buy these. People are going to be having sex with these like day one. The first day.
I thought you said Dave for a minute there.
Dave is going to be having sex with these. No, but like, here's the thing, right? You think so? The thing about these cabs, and this may be going into a different realm of Geek Battle, but I think these are going to intersect with video games, and certainly it is like iRobot and Red Dwarf and Star Trek. It's all these things becoming a reality. They said with these cars that are self-driving, if you buy one, then you can get in and say, "Take me to wherever," and it will take you there. But then they've said that you can use it to make money, just as like as an Uber. So it's like, oh, I've got this car. It's earning some of its money back because it's taking people places, right? So you're earning money from it. It will pay for itself in the end. And then you think with these robots, when suddenly you don't need to hire someone to cut the grass. You don't need to hire someone to go, well, always like, oh, I've got to get this job done. I'm going to send my robot to the shops to get some dinner. It's just like these things, 20 or 30,000, it's actually it will pay off itself in the end.
I'm pretty sure they're not.
Plus, Dave is going to make sweet, sweet love to it, as he just confirmed.
Damn right. I was gonna say, like, because I made a comment about this earlier when I noticed it, that I will never trust a self-driving car because one, it assumes, you know, if it says it's sort of like that tram experiment. If there's a small row of children over there or an old woman over there, which one is it gonna hit? You know, that
robot, baby.
And so I thought of the experiment, and this was something I saw on Top Gear, because Jeremy Clarkson spoke about this. He said, I would love to take one of these self-driving cars to Death Road, and if it can make it from one side to the other with the passenger still alive, then we
What's
should put it on the
Death Road?
market.
What's Death
Death
Road?
Road. Death Road is so this is a real place. It's in Bolivia. It is a very dangerous, very narrow piece of road along cliff tops. Like, get a picture of this. This is it's so scary. Like, and if you haven't, small recommendation: go watch the Top Gear Bolivia special. Me speaking about it does not do it justice because that thing is dangerous, is high, and loads of people fucking die.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
Dave, like
God.
what you're saying is that yeah, it's dangerous. I can't sure fucking drive in that thing, so I'd be happy to take a robot to it.
What?
It's
No,
like, I can't-
Cap. You have not experienced Death Road. You have not seen Death Road.
No,
This
I'm saying,
is Death Road.
They're going in
No.
opposite directions. It's not one way.
It's not a one-way road. No.
no, what I'm saying is, guys, I probably won't able to drive that, so I'd be happy to give the wheel to a robot who can drive me there.
I
To
would
this road.
rather drive that road myself because then I can be in control. I would not trust a robot. See, look, where that? If you go up, Dave,
I would not trust my
where that one with the lorry and the van is. That has a waterfall, a waterfall on the side of it. So there's where the rocks are, where the truck's wheels are. It's like 100. There's 100 or so like feet drop from on that side.
God.
Now, all I'm saying is, Dave, is like I sure won't trust myself to drive there. So I would rather let the robot do it.
See, there you go. Where the red Range Rover was. That was Jeremy. That's from Top Gear, where Jeremy and another guy are coming round, and Jeremy is almost falling off the side because the rocks are moving under his wheels.
Oh my God. Right, guys, basically what I'd say is that isn't a scenario that's going to come up very often, to be fair. So if you're just going to the cinema and you need to hop in your self-driving car, then you could do it.
I still say we should test them on Death Road before you test them anywhere else. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
And also with what David you said, like one thing, there's a famous writer on YouTube which I really like who said, when humans invent new things, they do two things: they innovate with it and they have sex with it. Everything they invented, they probably had to try to sleep with it. That's a story we all know. But what I'm saying is that like the amount where we think it can do cut grass and be your cookery and barber, I'm not sure we're not that there yet because like the motor control for machines are still not that delicate.
Wait a second. Let me bring
boy.
this up.
What's he got?
I've been
What have you
seeing
got?
all of this. Well, no, so you need to, like, when I saw this, I didn't know that suddenly we've got robot masters that take over the world. So let's look up Optimus.
We'll get
What
Arnold
do you say,
Schwarzenegger's coming back to try to kill John Connor in a minute.
No, but like, see what these damn things are doing. It's absolutely insane. Okay, so look, I'm going to bring up this video. Hopefully this won't
but
get
like
flagged.
how much of it is true? And
Well,
how
this
much
is the
of it-
thing. When Elon made the announcement, he's like, "These aren't just
Elon
going to be
makes a lot of
heroes."
announcements.
No, but look, the point is, he said, just go and interact with them, and so that's why there's all these viral videos. That literally, it just had people go and interact with them, and it's serving drinks. So it's just crazy what they can do. Like, what I want to know, I think the true test is what do you do? What happens if you attack one? You know, if you go and start a fight with one of these.
3 laws of robotics. Robot cannot harm a human.
But it can defend itself as long as it doesn't harm you. So
I would say
at what point
depends
does it
on
decide?
how much muscle pressure it has. Like again, like how you program it. Are you like if
Enough-
a robot?
At least
If it-
enough for a hand job.
I'll test it. I'll let you know the results of that experiment.
Okay, good. Dave's our tester here. Right. Okay. So, look, we're gonna have to begin on that note. We're gonna have to begin.
On that note,
On that note, right. This was the end of the era one. So, audience,
that's how we ending it.
we're not quite over yet, but
Robot hand jobs.
next week there will be a new beginning. Probably mostly the same. Always going to remind everyone of that next week when it's exactly the same. But this is the beginning and the end of this version of Geek Battle, and so new format, new look, new bells and whistles, all this stuff.
No more hand jobs for Dave.
Right, hang on. Look, right, let's not Anyway, now on this note, once again, so let's find out who our last geek of the week for this era, in fact, is. So with this, we're going to have a game, and I have asked ChatGPT, our favorite robot master, to prepare a quiz. Okay. So I will ask these questions, you will answer, and so get ready to buzz in. This is where. Go on, what's the answer?
I'm checking if my audio is working.
Yeah, your audio is working. Right, okay. So, some of these will be easy, and then they're going to get harder, okay? In The Matrix, what is Neo's real name?
Buzz.
Cap.
Keanu Reeves?
No.
Buzz.
Oh, hang on. No, Neo's. Not. So, I understand the ambiguity there, but not the answer I'm looking for. Dev.
Mr. Anderson.
Oh, I need a full answer. Dave, can I hand it to you? Can you give an answer?
I'm going to go to format. I'm going to go say Steve Anderson.
Oh, no point given. I was looking for Thomas Anderson. Right, what is the name?
What kind of stupid name is that?
Exactly. What kind of stupid... Where's that quote from?
Back to the Future Part 3.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Clint Eastwood.
Okay. Oh my god, these are so easy. Right, what is... Okay. Shit, hang on. Does this give the full answer? I don't think this gives the full answers. Ah, no, okay. Right. Name 6. I need the full answer here. Name 6 of the dwarves that accompany Gandalf and Bilbo.
Buzz.
In... Dev, your hand was up first. Can you do it?
Oh, I thought you meant Snow White. I'll pass.
Okay. Dave, go for it.
Feely, Keely, Ori, Nori, Balin, Dwalin.
Okay, there you go. You get the point.
Biffa, Boffa, Boffa, Ori, Nori, Dory.
Did you miss them?
Ori.
How many did you get there?
Feely, Keely, Ori, Nori,
Yeah.
Balin, Dwalin, Biffa, Boffa, Bomba.
Yeah.
Dory. No, I still got 6.
Yeah. You got 6. I think we definitely missed like Gloin or something in there. Right.
Gloin.
So, yeah. Anyway, now in Harry Potter, who is the Half-Blood Prince?
Buzz.
Cap got there first.
What?
Professor Snape.
Yes. Right. Okay.
I'm lagging.
In the Lord of the Rings, what is the name of the elven city where Frodo is
Buzz.
healed? Cap.
Buzz.
Cap.
Oh, shit. Rivendell?
Yes, Rivendell. Okay.
Thanks.
What is the name of the AI antagonist in 2001: A Space
Buzz.
Odyssey? Dev.
Hell 3000.
Ooh, not what I'm looking for.
9000.
9. I'll allow it. Close enough. Right.
Why not?
Okay. In Jurassic Park, what is the name of the island?
Buzz.
Dave.
Isla Nublar.
Yes, is the correct answer. Now we're moving on to the more difficult ones, allegedly. In The Matrix, what is the name of the ship piloted by Morpheus?
No,
Come on, guys.
no Matrix people here, I think.
Really? Wow. No one? Okay, it's the Nebuchadnezzar.
Steve!
No.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
Right. What is the motto of the Stark family in Game of Thrones? Go on, Cap.
But, forever loyal?
To be honest, I'm not. Go on,
there
Dev.
has been... No, I
Yeah, you gave the wrong answer, Cap. Right, Dev.
I am Iron Man.
No. Cap, no points, but do you know it, Cap?
Yeah, there has not been a Stark who has...
No. It's
What
apparently
replace-
winter is coming.
Strike first,
What?
strike hard. No mercy, sir.
Exactly. I've heard that phrase, but I don't know it myself. But
That's
I don't
the
know
oath?
Game of Thrones.
That's the oath?
Apparently,
I
but
don't
that's
know.
more. That's just the tagline for the fucking show.
Yeah!
No, what is the motto? I don't know, do I? Look. Don't question ChatGPT, guys. Right, okay. now-
No, Dave, while we still can, I'll question as much as I want. While
Until
we
I
still
get
can.
my robot.
Okay, right. So, What is the name of the lion in the Chronicles of Narnia?
Buzz.
Dave.
Aslan.
Okay, correct. Right.
That's the lion outside. It burns me.
In Harry Potter, what type of creature is Buckbeak?
Buzz.
Dave.
Hippogriff.
Oh my God, Dave's on fire. Right. What
It's his microphone.
What is the name of the villain in Conan the Barbarian?
Buzz.
Cat.
Oh no.
Buzz.
Which one? Which one?
Dev.
Shumagarath.
Okay, hang on. What? Right, 1 second. 15.
Which one? Which
Isn't
one?
that,
know, to be honest.
isn't Shigamara the type of thing that you order at a
We've
restaurant?
got two
Which-
questions
which-
left. Dave is going to win anyway. So, right, let's just go for these. Right.
And they
what is
are
the
worth
name of
20
the
points.
actor
Oh.
that played the T-1000 in Terminator
Buzz.
2?
Buzz.
Buzz.
Cat.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No!
T-1000.
Buzz.
Dev.
God, it just escaped me.
Oh no, Dave, you know.
I know the first name.
Which is?
Robert.
Robert.
Yes, it is.
That's it, I got. Robert
He's like his dad.
Robert Patrick.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so this is the last one. Okay, in the Hunger Games, what is the name of Katniss Everdeen's sister? It's Robert Patrick. There we go. So Dave, you are this week's Geek of the Week. No, it was Primrose Everdeen, apparently. So, very quickly, guys, because we're about to encroach on extreme improv time. Where can the people find you, and what's your geeky recommendation, Dev?
They can find me on TikTok and Twitch under the name HWDAT. My geek recommendation is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on Steam and PS5.
Okay,
Xbox.
Cat.
You can find me on some Deeds where I sing and dance and throw myself in the bucket and I work with puppets. And you can check me out on Dave's channel, Running for My Life from the Lunch Lady. I mean, she doesn't kill you. And you can also check me out on my very own Ghostbusters video. They're better than the Ghostbusters. David probably have not seen them yet, but you should see them. They're better than the Ghostbusters. Call them. And also there'll be another video on Sunday, which is again a Halloween video, but it's a slightly longer one. So check out my channel, and also you can find me on numerous shows.
Okay, Dave.
You can find me here on Extreme on various shows. Check out my YouTube channel, Dave MC Gaming. Our Halloween season has begun, as Cap said. We play with Danny from Extreme and Cap. We play Lunch Lady. And check out tomorrow, our Resident Evil series starts, which is throughout the rest of the month. Misty and Mork, the Magical Adventures are still ongoing tonight. There's an episode. And check out my merch store, where you can kind of get my merchandise, which is based on slogans and catchphrases and characters, based on the things I've said in Dave MC Gaming. You can get your own Hoard It All mug.
Wow.
It was really
Oh, and my geeky recommendation: go and read the manga Berserk.
Oh.
And
I
beware
will
of the
read it
horse.
whilst I'm stuck. Now,
Beware of the horse scene.
So, what was I going to say? Yeah, my name is David Pistansky. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pistansky. Smash the subscribe button on the Geek Battle YouTube channel, as well as Geek Battle Gaming, and check us out on all platforms. Just search for Geek Battle. And with that, until next time, the new era will begin. This was the end of the era. Stay safe, always stay extreme, live long and prosper. May the force be with you. And we are off the air.
Dave is the champ!